Hola a todos y bienvenidos a 7 minutos de español. Hello and welcome to 7 Minute Spanish. En el video de hoy vamos a hablar de un verbo muy común. In today's video we're going to talk about a very common verb, and that is the verb estar. I'm going to quickly touch on the meaning, the pronunciation of this verb, a few common phrases they can use of this verb, and one interesting use that you may not know before. So let's dive in. Now, first things first, this verb means to be. And obviously in Spanish, there's another word that also means to be, which is the verb ser. Now, the difference between ser and estar is a big topic. I'm not able to cover everything in this brief video, but I'm going to quickly touch on it later in this video so that you have a basic idea of what the difference is between these two. For now, I want to quickly touch on the pronunciation. Now, it's a very simple word to pronounce, estar. The only thing that I would encourage you to look out for is the pronunciation of the Spanish letter E, because a common mistake that I see a lot of English speakers make is to pronounce this E sound as the schwa sound in English words like about, around, above, and they would pronounce it like estar, which might sound alright for us to speak English, but obviously the schwa sound it doesn't exist in Spanish. So we definitely want to pronounce it in the Spanish way. Now we've covered the meaning and pronunciation of this verb. Let's look at some of the common phrases that you can use with the verb estar. And I would say the most common phrase is probably one that you have heard of many times before, which is to ask, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? And to answer that question, you can simply say, estoy bien, I'm fine, or I'm well. And as you can see, estás and estoy, they're two different forms of the verb estar. Just like in English, you say to be, but when you actually say you are and I am, the are and am, they take on two different forms depending on the subject. It's the same thing in Spanish, but we're not going to dive into all the conjugations today, but that's just a brief introduction for you to be aware of. Now, another very common way to use the verb estar is to form progressive actions. For example, I am eating, estoy comiendo. He is reading, él está leyendo. She is dancing, ella está bailando. Now, earlier I mentioned that there's another verb in Spanish that also means to be, which is ser. And I want to briefly touch on the difference between these two words that means seemingly the same. Now, ser, it means to be, but more so in the sense that it's permanent qualities, things that don't usually change. For example, I am Harrison, soy Harrison. The house is white. La casa es blanca, and this book is mine. Este libro es mío. So these qualities, they don't usually change from one day to another. On the other hand, the verb estar, it also describes to be, but more so in the temporary sense. So for example, my car is dirty. Mi carro está sucio. It might be dirty now, but I can take it to the car wash and it's not dirty anymore. I am tired. Estoy cansado. But I can go take a nap and I'm not tired anymore. You can also say, I'm with my friends right now. Ahora estoy con mis amigos. And for however long that we're gonna hang out, we're together, but after that, it's no longer that case. And you can also say, I am at certain location. Estoy en la casa. I'm at my house, but later I can go out. So as you can see, these are temporary qualities or attributes or locations that can change from one moment to the other. And hopefully that can give you a basic idea of the difference between the verb to be, ser, and the verb to be, estar. And I want to leave you with a final examples that hopefully could give you a better understanding. Mi carro es blanco, pero ahora está muy sucio. My car is white, but right now it is very dirty. So as you can see, my car is white. It's more of a permanent quality. Today is white, tomorrow is probably also white. But it is dirty right now, but like I said earlier, I can wash it and then it's not dirty anymore the next moment. So hopefully that could give you a simple way to understand the difference between the two. I want to share with you another very interesting way to use the verb estar that I had never learned in any material until I came to Latin America, which is to use the verb estar to describe physical appearance. Now, in any grammar book, you would read that physical appearance, it doesn't change from one day to another. That's why you use the verb ser. So you would say, he is handsome, él es guapo, ella es bonita, she is beautiful. But when I came to Latin America, I hear people use the verb estar to describe physical appearance. So she is beautiful becomes ella está bonita. He is handsome became él está guapo. And at first I really didn't understand why, because did you want to say he is handsome right now and tomorrow he's not? But later I learned that that's not really the case. What they're really trying to describe is that although he is handsome, but he looks particularly handsome in this very moment. And I can give you an example to express that. Mi novia es bella, pero esta noche está preciosa. My girlfriend is beautiful, but tonight she looks stunning, or she looks gorgeous. And perhaps that's because of her outfit, because of the mood, because of the venue or music. But for whatever reason, she looks absolutely stunning tonight. And that's what I can use the verb estar to express. Ella está preciosa esta noche. So hopefully this short video can help you understand a little bit more about the verb estar. Obviously this is a big topic. There are many, many ways to use this verb, but this is 7-Minute Spanish. I want to keep it brief and brilliant. And if you find it helpful, please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of 7-Minute Spanish. Hasta luego.